11A. Water worries. In the Castilla-La Mancha region of south-central Spain, Julio Escudero, a 74-year-old former fisherman, fondly recalls an area on the Guadiana River called Los Ojos, the Eyes. Large underground springs bubbled up into the river, where Escudero and his community fished for carp and crayfish. I would sit in my boat 6 or 7 meters away and just watch the water coming up, Escudero says. Now it looks like the moon. Los Ojos doesn't exist anymore. That stretch of the river dried up in 1984. Additionally, 46,000 acres of surrounding wetlands, vital not only to the local people but also to countless species of plants and wildlife, have disappeared. As farming in the region has increased, La Mancha has witnessed an explosion of well digging in the past 40 years that has lowered the water table and diverted water from rivers and streams. The number of wells has grown from 1,500 in 1960 to an official count of 21,000 today, and some experts say the real number, including illegal wells, could surpass 50,000. A global problem. La Mancha is just one of many places facing water shortages. This century, many countries will face the same dilemma that has confronted the people of Spain: how to balance human needs with the requirements of natural systems that are vital for sustaining life on Earth. The United Nations recently outlined the extent of the problem, saying that 2.7 billion people would face severe water shortages by 2025 if consumption continues at current rates. Today, an estimated 1.2 billion people drink unclean water, and about 2.5 billion lack proper toilets or waste disposal systems. More than 5 million people die each year from diseases related to unclean water. All over the globe, humans are pumping water out of the ground faster than it can be replenished. In this difficult situation, water conservationists such as Rajendra Singh in India and Neil MacLeod in South Africa are working to find solutions to the water crisis. Both have found innovative ways to improve their local water situations. India, a hero in a thirsty land. On arriving at the Indian village of Goratilai, Rajendra Singh was greeted by a group of about 50 people. He smiled and addressed the villagers. "How many households do you have?" 80. "It's been 4 years without much rain," interjected a woman. "And we don't have a proper dam to catch the water." "Do you have any spots where a dam could go?" asked Singh, 43, who has a full head of black hair and a thick beard, both with a touch of gray. "Yes, 2 spots." "Will the whole village be willing to work there?" "Yes," they all replied together. "I would like to help you," Singh told them, "but the work has to be done by you. You will have to provide 1/3 of the project through your labor, and the remaining 2/3 I will arrange." The villagers clapped, the women started to sing, and the group hiked to a place in the nearby rocky hills. Singh examined the area and after a few minutes declared, "This is an ideal site." His organization would provide the engineering advice and materials. The villagers would supply the work. The 30-foot-high earthen dam and reservoir, known as a johad, could be finished in 3 months, before the start of the rainy season. If the rains were plentiful, the reservoir would not only provide supplemental surface water for drinking and agriculture, but would also replenish dry wells. You will not see the results immediately, but soon the dam will begin to raise the water level in your wells, Singh told the villagers. Soon, Singh was gone, heading to a nearby village that had also requested help building a johad. In recent years, Singh's johads have sprung up all over Rajasthan, an estimated 4,500 dams in about 1,000 villages, all built using local labor and native materials. His movement has caught on, he says, because it puts control over water in the hands of villagers. If they feel a johad is their own, they will maintain it, said Singh. This is a very sustainable, self-reliant system. I can say confidently that if we can manage rain in India in traditional ways, there will be sufficient water for our growing population. South Africa. Waste not, want not. In South Africa, Neil MacLeod took over as head of Durban Metro Water Services in 1992. The situation he found was a catastrophe. Durban had 1 million people living in the city and another 1.5 million people who lived in poverty just outside it. MacLeod and his engineers determined that the entire city was rife with broken water pipes, leaky toilets, and faulty plumbing, whereby 42% of the region's water was simply being wasted. We inherited 700 reported leaks and bursts. The water literally just ran down the streets, recalled McLeod. Demand for water was growing 4% a year, and we thought we'd have to build another dam by 2000. McLeod's crews began repairing and replacing water pipes. They put water meters on residences, replaced 8-liter toilets with 4-liter models, and changed wasteful showers and water taps. To ensure that the poor would receive a basic supply of water, McLeod installed tanks in homes and apartments to provide 190 liters, 50 gallons of water a day free to each household. Water consumption in the city of Durban is now less than it was in 1996, even as 800,000 more people have received service. Through sensible water use, Durban's conservation measures paid for themselves within a year. McLeod has assured the city that no new dams will be needed in the coming decades, despite the expected addition of about 300,000 inhabitants. In Durban, McLeod has also turned to water recycling. At the water recycling plant, wastewater is turned into clean water in just 12 hours. Most people are unable to discern a difference between the usual city drinking water and the treated wastewater, although it is actually intended for industrial purposes. McLeod boasts, "Go to many areas of the world, and they're drinking far worse water than this." Some people still hope that new technology, such as the desalination of seawater, will solve the world's water problems. But the fact is, water conservation is where the big gains are to be made, says Sandra Postal of the Global Water Policy Project. The dedication and resourcefulness of people like Rajendra Singh and Neil McLeod offer inspiration for implementing timely and lasting solutions to the world's water concerns.